Thank you, Yuka. I'd like to welcome Suraj Koshi now to give us a brief introduction to Christianity in India. And after his introduction, we are very fortunate to have among us this evening some friends of Suraj's. Nina Phillip is here to give us an introduction to some Indian dancing, and it's my understanding that she won't be dancing alone. We're fortunate to have some other dancers with her this evening. So, Suraj, we're happy to have you.
Good evening, friends. Indian Christianity traces its origins for 2,000 years. Like we claim, St. Thomas the Apostle came to India, especially to our state where all the dancers and we come from Kerala and in the common era of 52 and converted few people over there. Then he went over to the eastern coast of Coromandel, which is now in Tamil Nadu, and then went over to China, came back to Kerala, got together a Christian community and erected a few of worship places in Kerala, and then he moved back to the Coromandel coast, which is in Tamil Nadu, as I said, and he was martyred there. He was buried in a tomb which is near to Chennai at this point, and he is revered to be the apostle to the whole of West Asia. So people from West Asia, China used to come and venerate this tomb. That's one phase of the origins we trace. The second one is migrations from Persia, which is Syria, Armenia, and the other places. And there were many migrations in the 3rd and 4th and 5th centuries. And so we have two sets of endogamous communities, Christian communities in Kerala, which is one traces its origin to St. Thomas as its originator, the other one, the Armenian migrant, Thomas of Cana. The second phase comes a long time after, like in 15th century when Vasco da Gama and the Portuguese come to India. And that again is in Kerala, and when the Portuguese comes, they find a vibrant Christian presence in Kerala, but they found it deviant from the Roman Catholic rite in terms of confession, general confession or the private confession, baptism, many of the issues. So they instituted what they call an Inquisition in 1560, and that was the most violent Inquisition in the history of whole universal church, where there were so many atrocities against the native Christians, and it concluded in a synod which was done in 1599, and by next 60 years this church again had its split. So the major portion remained Roman Catholic and the minority portion became the Syrian Orthodox Church and the other Orthodox rites in India. Then the next phase comes with the missionary movement, which comes from all over Europe and especially Britain, part of colonialism of course, and that creates a new set of church. Up till that time, the church was actually upper caste. As you know, the Indian society is divided into caste system. And the church that evolved in India became the upper caste church, and they never had any lower caste people in the churches. So the church, which is called St. Thomas Christians, actually was an upper caste church. And the first time the lower caste got entrance into the church is through the missionary movement. And the missionary movement created a lot of new churches of various Protestant persuasions, divergent practices, and order, and all of those things. But they finally came together in the 20th century, the early point of 20th century, and had a novel experiment in church unity. And that's before the advent of modern ecumenical, of course parallel to the modern ecumenical movement, but before the formation of World Council of Churches, we had a huge church unity movement in India, and two major churches, the Church of South India and Church of North India, formed. And over the course of the independence movement in India, the Indian church had a lot of contribution to that, where it helped define the independence movement in various ways, and missionaries had a lot of contribution to that. One of the missionaries, maybe this school would remember, would be E. Stanley Johns, who had a major impact on Gandhi and Nehru, or major independence movement leaders. Then the ecumenical movement also had a long history in India, starting with the student Christian movement in the early 20th century, and the leaders who came through that actually led the Indian church and also the world ecumenical movement. People like M.M. Thomas, Stanley Samartha, who we all study in many of the courses on interfaith relations and ecumenism, and Paulos Gregorios and Sarah Chaco, and many people who are known in the international global church. And I would like to flag a few issues which are now troubling the Indian church, or continue to trouble. One is casteism, where we hear the cry of Christ, where, why are you persecuting me? Where casteism is still rampant, even though there were mass movements of Dalits who are the broad name we called for, or they adopted for the erstwhile untouchable caste. They flew Hinduism and adopted Christianity in order to get out of the caste system, but the caste system followed them before they joined Christianity. Like Christianity in itself was casteist, where the communion is separate, the tables are separate, even finally the burial ground is separate. We have instances where you have the common burial ground which separates with a wall, where one side is for the upper caste and the other side for the lower caste. So, 2 weeks ago, the Indian Church, under the auspices of the World Council and the National Council in India, came together in New Delhi and said, casteism is a crime against man and a sin against God. So, and have asked the churches to commit against casteism. The other one, as we hear everywhere in the universal church, is the issue of women. We don't have much participation of women, even though women, through their work and devotion, keeps the churches going. The other one is the globalization, which creates a lot of inequality in the church, and the global ecological crisis, which is also impacting, just like China, us also through the rampant industrialization in this last 30 years. So the church struggles with all these things, and the other thing is the idea of mission and evangelism. Like for 500 years we had a huge thrust for conversion, but the demographics have never changed. It's just 2.5 still now, and so now there is a huge debate on what we actually do in terms of mission and evangelism. Most Christian theologians think that the Christian appropriation of Christian values like Gandhi, Ramakrishna, or Ramadevi, that would be more better than the preaching of 500 years. So that's one debate which happens in the church. And these are a few of the issues we still deal with, and I'm glad that some of my friends are here. They all belong, some of them, we all in a way belong to the Orthodox community back in India. And thank you very much for